Hello there, YouTube. My name is Jacob, and as always, here at the PNCLCG is where you want to be. In today's video, I'm going to be doing a brief overview and discussion of what my picks are for as a new starting out player, what you should be looking for in terms of what cars you elite with that first Tempest license. If you have not gotten to Tempest yet, do not worry about it. Keep playing the game, keep enjoying. However, once you get past Tier 5, you win Shax's car, which I have done a video about here on the channel, so please go and check that out, where I used a Toyota GR Supra to beat Shax and claim the car. You immediately get into the really big major part of CSR2 in terms of the story and all of the built-in events, which is known as Tempest. Now, Tempest is quite difficult once you get up to Tempest 3, especially. Tempest 2 can sometimes be somewhat difficult as well. Tempest 1 is not incredibly crazy hard as long as you use cars that are good enough to beat it. However, in order to get to Tempest 1, you first have to go through the Elite Trials. In this video, I'm going to be discussing what you should be looking for those Elite Trials. If you enjoyed today's content, if you enjoyed today's video, if this is helpful to you, whether you're a newer player or even just a more experienced player to have an idea of what my take is on cars that are elitable, please consider subscribing to this channel. Please consider leaving a like on this video. That helps me out. That lets me know that you appreciate today's content. That helps get the video out to more people. Make sure that if you do subscribe that you switch that notification bell to all so you never miss a video. And then anything that you want to see, any comments you want to make, please leave it down in the comment section below. But again, as always, keep it respectful. Without further ado, we are going to go ahead and get right into it. So, first and foremost, if you are going to elite any car in CSR2, when it comes to Tier 5 cars, under no circumstances should you ever elite your Toyota GR Supra once you get it. This car is simply not a car that you want to elite. And the reason is not because it's necessarily a bad car. In fact, it's quite a good car. It's the fact that it's such a good car, it's such a strong car, that you want to keep this car alone for Tempest. So please, 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 if you have not eliteed any cars yet, if you're starting out in the game, if you're new and you haven't eliteed this car, please do not elite this car. I see too many newer players who have eliteed this car and now they can't use it for Tempest. If you don't understand what I mean by that, please go check out my video that I described what it is to elite a car. But yeah, however, again, I also mentioned in that video, if you have eliteed your Supra, there are options. And there's an option that's coming up in the future, actually, quite soon as well. So please be on the lookout for that. I will be doing a video about that in the near future. Now, typically speaking, for eliting a car, you want to find a car with purple stars. However, the boss cars that exist in this game, the Victor's Project 7, Shax's Agera R, I see this car get elited also. When I first played the game, these are the cars that I elited. They are not good cars. And the reason is because they cannot reach that 1,000 plus Evo. No matter how you tune it or change it or add fusion parts or this or that. And they also are the absolute slowest Tier 5 cars, period. So, in terms of Tier 5, you do not want to elite any of the boss cars. You do not elite your Supra. So then, okay, you say, alright then, why did you pick the Ferrari Roma to be elited for Tier 5? First of all, I am a Ferrari fanatic in case you didn't know, so I am naturally going to want to be able to use a Ferrari in live racing. So for me, that was just of a personal choice. However, this car, as you can see, I've got 1,000 plus Evo on this car. And I do not, number one, I do not have all the fusions. In fact, I have uh, a lot of red or pink fusions missing. I have more than half the blue fusions missing. And I have 8 green fusions missing. So I have quite a bit of fusion parts that I simply do not have in these cars. I also, while I have only installed one stage 6 part, this car can get to 1,000 Evo, as I've showcased on the channel in previous videos. Please do go check those out. This car can get to that number without anything above a stage 4 part. And for a brand new player, being able to own a tier 5 car that can get to 1,000 Evo without even having stage 6 parts is extremely helpful, as well as the fact that it is a 5-star car, and because it was a PC Cup car, it does have an extra boost for freshness. The other reason why I have eluded this car is because of it being a Ferrari, due to the fact that Ferrari fusions are some of the simpler fusions to get in this game because of the fact that you can buy and strip F12 Berlinettas from the dealership. Now, obviously, that is a bit of an expensive ordeal. I will be truthfully honest. I am actually in the process of doing that right now. I am buying and stripping F12 Berlinettas. I've got this Ferrari Roma here. The 812 GTS is the next Ferrari that is coming up. It is the current crew milestone. Shout out to my crew, Swiss Syndicate 3. They are awesome. They just got the car, so I will be able to make a video on the 812 GTS in the near future. So if you're excited for that, please leave a like, please leave a comment, please consider subscribing. I'm very excited for that. That's probably going to be a car that does get showcased on my Ferrari Fridays. Again, take a look out for that. This Friday, I will be having my first official live stream here on the channel, where if you come and find me in live, I will race you, I will bet 200K, and I will let you take it. But yeah, so that is the reason for why I have eluded this car. It has 5 gold stars. It is a tier 5. It gets over 1,000 Evo without breaking the bank. And then on top of that, right now, because of the Championship Showdown crates, I'm able to get Stage 6 parts for it. And the reason why the Stage 6 parts are important is because in order to maximize the RP that you get in live racing, you need to have a car that has all 5 Stage 5, or all 7, is that right? I believe it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. All 7 Stage 5 parts and at least 1 Stage 6. So that if you elite a gold star tier 5 car, you will earn 1,449 approximately RP. I don't remember the exact number. It's been quite a while. I believe that number is correct. It's 1440 something. Every live race that you win if you have over 1,000 Evo. So, live racing, being able to get that RP is extremely important. So, at the end of the day, being able to have a car that you can get fusions for, get to that over 1,000 Evo, not have to have maximum amount of parts to do it, is what you want to look for in your first Tier 5 car. In Tier 4 is rather interesting. Typically speaking, you cannot go and get a dealership Tier 4 car easily that it is all too sensible to elite. Now, in the near future, we have a whole bunch of different Tier 4 cars that are coming to the game. You have the TVR Cigaris, which is the next PC Cup car. It is a very nice car. If I had not made the mistake of rushing too early and deleting my Dodge Viper GTS, I 100% would delete that car. It is great in live. Nice little dyno beating car, 5 stars. Doesn't have great access to fusions, but it is what it is. There are the Rocket Bunny events that are coming up with the Easter event to CSR2 in a couple weeks. I did do a video on that, so please go check that out if you are so inclined, about the 3.8.0 update, which is at this point about to be out of date, which is kind of funny. There's about to be 3.8.1, which I will do a video on shortly. But anyway, there are going to be Tier 4 Purple Star cars up for grabs if you can get certain cars upgraded to a certain point and win them. So, for Tier 4, that is what I would recommend, is if you can get a 5 Gold Star Tier 4 car, that would be great. If you can get the a nice little Tier 5 car that is a Purple Star car, like for example the Gladiator, the Jeep Gladiator from the current Fast and Furious event. That's a great car to elite as well. And then the other thing that I would start recommending, and this is true for basically everything except for Tier 1, is that if you can get them, Legends cars. The first Tempest license is set up very uniquely, where if you have a Legends car that is upgraded all the way to Tier or Stage 5 parts, and then maybe one Stage 6, and you have not too many fusions in it, your car most likely can beat the Tempest 1 license without being restored. And in hindsight, that is probably what I should have done. I probably should have gone and bought the NSX-R, which is probably one of the most dangerous live racing cars, period, out there. If you can get your hands on the NSX-R, that is quite a spectacular car. Now in Tier 3, the Corvette C301, the Shelby 427, the Pontiac GTO, all three of those cars are quite strong live racing cars. They do very well at live racing. Now the reason why I have not eluded my Corvette C3ZR1 is because I need a Tier 3 car that can go in and get Tempest done. I recently just got the 2-star Mustang GT Premium from the dealership out of just a random bronze key crate, which was very cool to see. I'm probably going to I will be able to use that to beat Tempest, potentially. However, the recommended car is the 2-star BMW M4 Coupe. However, the Corvette C3ZR1, if it were fully restored, can actually get the job done as well. So, right now I'm in a bit of a predicament because I made the mistake of buying the DB5 without having, and deleting it, and then buying the Corvette without having restored it yet. But it is what it is. But then for Tier 1, Tier 1 gets a bit interesting. And as you see there, I've got the Ferrari F12 Berlinetta incoming Tier 1 is such a peculiar tier. You really do not race much in Tier 1. You you really won't get a crazy amount of RP from Tier 1. You can get a decent amount. The best car for Tier 1 is the Mustang Boss 302. Now, the Mustang Boss 302 can win Tempest 1, and I believe it falls short for Tempest 2. I believe in Tempest 2 you need to have a 1-star version of the Golf GTI or a 1-star version of the Ford Fiesta ST. However, as you see here, I have deleted the Mini Cooper, and the reason for that is, while it's not the 1-star version of the Mini Cooper, this car will beat Dyno. It will just be a nice little car to use. It was a car that I was able to buy from the dealership and had, and the thing about the Mini Cooper is that it's not as well known as the Golf GTI as being a dyno beater, so it's a bit elusive. If you can find a car that is like that, now I will do a future video on Tier 1 because it's such a weird and unique tier, since the only Legends car in Tier 1 is the Boss 302, whereas in Tier 2 you have 3 cars, in Tier 3 you have 3 cars, in Tier 4 you have 3 cars, and then in Tier 5 you have more than that. And you may even have more in Tier 4 that I'm forgetting about. You have the NSXR, you have the Plymouth, you have the Countach, oh, and you have the Ford. That is one interesting car. Very difficult to get. The GT40 Mark II, you got to go through the Ford event to do that. I'll do a video on that in a later date. If you want to see that, let me know in the comment section below. But, yes, so, Tier 5, if I had not deleted my Ferrari Roma, I 100% would have deleted a Legends car, simply because they earn more RP in live, because when you go in and you click on a Legends car, I'm going to click on my Ferrari 250 GTO here, and you look up here at the top, you'll see that not only do you get extra RP for how many stars you have in the car, but you also get extra RP from it being customized, and then you, on top of that, get RP extra for it being the legendary bonus. So if you added all of this up and you deleted this car, which I may end up doing in the future at some point, this car would end up being able to have a total of 59% up here as the RP multiplier, which simply put is the highest that you could get for a Tier 2 car. And in fact, my Ferrari Roma over here, as you'll see, it cannot even get beyond 55, even though it's a Tier 5. So, if I were to get a Legends car, and if I were to take that Legends car and get it to 5 golden stars, and I was able to elite it, and I was able to make it a Legends car, it would have a total of 65%. It would be 10 extra added onto all of these numbers here. So yeah, 65%. That is just simply absolutely crazy, at the very least. It may even get more than that. So, if you're not going to elite just a regular old Tier 5, or a 5 gold star or 5 purple star car, the next option that you have is to elite a Legends car, or simply a car that is a low performance point over 1,000 Evo car that you know you can win in live racing with, you know you can drop in live racing. I am currently working on making the second half of my live racing video. If you want to go check out the first half, please feel free to do so. It had a lot of important information for newer and more experienced players alike that you may not have heard or may not have seen anywhere else. So, without further ado, yeah, so you've got all of the different Legends cars. Now, the reason why I'm not eliteing a Legends car is because of this right here. To be able to start tuning your Legends cars, be able to get over 1,000 Evo, to be able to do all of that sort of stuff, you have to fully restore your car. Now, in tiers 1 through 3, and really tiers 1 through 4 pretty much, it's not as big of a deal to elite a Legends car as your first car, simply because those tiers, you're simply not going to really be doing too many live races in unless you have a daily goal that says race in this tier. If you've watched my live racing video, you'd know why you specifically want to race almost exclusively in tier 5, because it makes more RP, it makes more cash, you tend to be able to get into better lobbies, and sure, while it's a more expensive car to upgrade, being able to get that more RP and more cash in the long term and in the long run is going to help you out more, it's going to help your crew out more, and you're going to be able to have a lower performance point and still be faster, still be able to get into better lobbies with a low performance point over 1,000 Evo tier 5 than a low performance point over 1,000 Evo tier 4. So that is the reason why I've elited my Roma instead of eliting something like a tier 5 Legends car, because of the fact that the Roma is so good, and then the tier 5 Legends car takes so long to get restored and everything like that, and I really need to have a live racer to be able to use in live. Now, if you're willing to put in the time and the effort to get a Legends car restored 100%, as I explained, it's going to make the most RP of any car you could potentially elite in a elite trial, and it will certainly pay dividends in the long run, because all of the Legends cars, in addition to making more RP, they all beat dynos, so you can't really go wrong with a Legends car for tier 5, especially since all of those cars do beat dyno, and the Bugatti, being a Bugatti, it crushes dyno because they have, all of the Bugattis have a special tune where you play with your tire pressure, your tire PSI, and that thing just goes to work. So anytime you see a Bugatti in live, it's like the Koenigsegg's. They will just absolutely blow by you. And if you've seen in my previous video, we do have a Bugatti that is coming to CSR2 again, through gold key crate pulls, as well as a reward Bugatti for doing a Duality Evo Cup. So, yeah, Bugattis will probably be back in live pretty soon. And if you want to get your hands on that car, you can certainly do so. It will destroy in live. It is a great car to elite, but it is going to take a little while for us to get to where you can get that car with gold keys, and then you're going to need 70 gold keys to guarantee that you're going to be able to get that car as well. So, that is my discussion on what I think you should do as far as your first Tempest license Elite Trials. Again, you do not elite your Supra. You do not elite any of the boss cars, Shax's car, Victor's car. They're simply just not good cars. They don't make good RP. They don't make over 1,000 Evo. And they are not dyno beating cars, particularly. Victor's car is a dyno beater, but unfortunately it will not be fast enough for the time trial, and it doesn't beat dyno anywhere near as much as most of the cars that exist in CSR2. But that is going to do it for this video. Again, as a recap, you want to get those Legends cars if you can get them from tiers 2 through 4, since the first Elite license is slow enough that without fully restoring them, they should be able to beat the time trial without any issues. In tier 1, you want to just find a car that can beat dyno that you can use, since you're going to want to wait to elite your boss 302 that you got from ranking up to rank 20, since it can beat that first Tempest challenge. Now, it does need all fusions, and it is a little tight, but it's way better than having to wait until you pull a 1-star Golf GTI or a 1-star Fiesta ST. And then in tier 4 and tier 5 especially, you want to be able to elite a gold star or purple star 5-star car that can beat dyno, has over 1,000 Evo, without too many fusion parts and without too many parts installed in it at all. There is a massive list of cars that can meet those requirements. If you would like to see that in a future video, please let me know, and I will be more than happy to make a video on that. Obviously, the Ferrari Roma is one, the most recent PC Cup car that just came and went. Unfortunately, if you did not get that car, you may be able to buy it for actual money next season. We'll have to see. They did that for the Roma. I'm not sure if they'll do that for the Mercedes, but it also is a low performance point, over 1,000 Evo car. I will be doing a video on the settings for that car. I just needed to, first of all, get the car, and second of all, have the necessary fusions in it. You need to have the green fusions necessary to do it. But again, that's going to do it for today's video. If this was a helpful video to you, if you enjoyed today's content, if this was useful to you, allowed you to maybe get some ideas of what cars you should elite with your Tempest Elite Trials, please consider subscribing to the PNCLCG. Please consider leaving a like on this video. That really helps the channel out a lot, really helps me out. Please consider leaving a comment down in the comment section below of anything you want to see. Again, all the support is appreciated. This channel has been growing slowly day by day, and for those of you that have subscribed, have liked the video, have commented on the video, thank you so much for your support. It is greatly appreciated. As always, please continue to keep the comment section respectful. I greatly appreciate that. But that's going to do it for today's video. As always, my name is Jacob, and here at the PNCLCG is where you want to be. Thank you very much for watching. Have a blessed day.